All right, we're going to start 4.2 to 4.3. That is our 4 triangle congruency statements. The first one we have is SSS, which stands for side, side, side. So you will have all 3 sides. What we're talking about here is we would have 2 triangles, and if we want to call these 2 triangles congruent by SSS, then each side should match up for each triangle. Okay, so we have all 3 sides. You can also have side angle side, or SAS. An example of that would be a matching side, then a matching angle, and then another matching side. That angle needs to be in between the sides as well, and that would this picture would be an example of side angle side. We also have ASA, or angle side angle. So if we draw our 2 triangles, we would need angles that match. We'll need a side in the middle, and then another angle that matches. Okay? So the side has to be in between the angles. That's why it's called ASA. Because then the last one you have is AAS, where we would have, let's draw these triangles. We would have an angle on both, the second angle, and then a side matched up in that order. So ASA and AAS get mixed up a lot. The trick is with ASA, make sure that side is in between the angles. Okay, so those are the only 4, and if you're thinking about what other combinations of letters you can have, you can think, we can write a little note about ones that don't work. Since we had side, 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 that one does work. One that does not is angle, angle, angle. So just something to think about. That does not work. And also side, side angle. You can think about, it's a bad word, so it's not going to work. So let's try some examples. So determine which triangle congruency would be used for each picture. So things to always look out for are common sides or vertical angles. So in this first picture, we can mark this common side right here as being congruent. And then I've got one side matched up on this. We've got our 2 triangles just like this. So I've got one side, then I've got those ones matched up with 2 lines, and these ones matched up with 3 lines. And since I have 3 sides, that would be side, side, side. Now over here, this second example, I got a side, an angle, and a side. So this one looks like SAS. Let's see if that's the same on the other one. I've got an angle, a side, and a side. So I would have SSA here. They don't match, and SSA does not work. So these are not congruent, which can happen. Always use that as an option. All right. Now again, we have these 2 triangles here that have a common side because they are touching each other. It's always something that you want to look out for. So we can mark this common side right here that each triangle uses. And now I've got these angles with 2 congruency markings and these ones with 1. So I have an angle, a side, and an angle. And over here I still have an angle, a side, and an angle in this triangle. So this would be ASA. The last one, so these ones are touching. We don't have any common sides, so I can't mark this third side as being congruent, even though the other ones are. But another thing to look out for is vertical angles. So I can mark these right here as being congruent, and then I have side, angle, side, and side, angle, side. So these triangles here and here would be congruent by side, angle, side. Now don't worry about the back of this note sheet. We'll do that for practice when we get back in class.